just chill for a minute, I'ma put you in a trap base. I'm tired for these bitches, I ain't got friends. Every time that a nigga hit a drop 10, don't you worry about what I play.
Boy GQ.
You made the show.
And today we got
Keefyyy Carter. No, it is from Long Island.
I don't know where you from, I don't know what you here for, I don't know what you do, like.
Where I'm an artist, I rap, I sing, more so on the R&B side now, but I direct too. Do a lot of shit, a lot of business shit too. Consulting, investing, a lot of shit, modeling. Also run a model management company. So I got a few models that I work with and I do business with. So it's a lot going on.
You're juggling a lot of different hats here, sir.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But I mean, with time, it becomes easier, you know?
What did you start doing first, the singing or the modeling?
Rapping.
Rapping. Before everything, you was rapping.
For everything, I was rapping.
When you start rapping?
I started rapping when I was 15.
Like, what got you into, like, what made you say, alright, yo, I'll fuck with this?
I just grew up in it, you know? Like, my posse always used to play, like, all the good shit he used to play. Like, I remember being young, like 5, 4, and I was listening to, like, Nas. I was listening to, like, second album in Illmatic a lot. I was listening to a lot of Wu-Tang, a lot of Locks, Rough Riders, shit like that. My first favorite rapper was DMX. Then it was Jadakiss.
Oh, DMX.
That's his man's over there, I like that shit, motherfucker.
They didn't introduce DMX to crack, he'd have been the GOAT.
He's in my top
Definitely
five.
top 5.
He's in my top 5. Facts. So, yeah, I mean that's how I got into music. It's really
Don't make that face.
I was brought up around it, you know, so it's regular, it's like normal to me. So I mean, once I got older, you know, there was my dad. He used to bring me to a lot of concerts and car shows, so I met a lot of like rappers and shit like at a young age.
Okay.
So I always had that influence, like, you know. And then like the first time I decided I wanted to start rapping, he brought me to it was a little Bow Wow concert, and that was the first time I went to like a concert or a show that was like a younger artist or like a younger rapper. So once I seen that,
Bow Wow with oversized FUBU shirts, or like let me hold you, Lil Bow Wow.
nah, like young little Bow Wow, like at the time, like
braids Lil Bow Wow.
Braids Little Bow Wow, like maybe he was probably like 9 or 10, and I was like 6. So Bow Wow was probably like 2 years older than me, maybe.
You still crip walking that Bow Wow. That Bow Wow.
Yeah, the Bow Wow that was in his bag, the young
Okay.
Bow Wow. So once I seen that, that's what really like made me think like, yo, I could do this. Cause I always loved rap, but I never thought of it for me. You know what I'm saying? But once I seen a kid my age doing it, that's what inspired me to be like, yo, I should try this. You know? And then I wrote my first rap in like some little like notepad that I had. It was trash. It was garbage, but like that was the inspiration. And then after that, I didn't write until I was like 13. But I was at that time I was just writing like kind of like in a diary type of way. I wasn't really writing music. I wasn't writing bars. Like I was just like basically putting my emotions on paper and just like my thoughts. Yeah, not necessarily poetry. It was like literally I was just writing just to write. You know what I'm saying? Like it had no direction. It had no like, you know.
Okay.
There was no sense to it. You know, it was just like writing to write. Cause I used to read a lot, so I was just into just generally writing. So from there, right, that time.
Mags, reading books and shit, yeah.
Nah, yeah, different.
Different.
Different company.
They go hand in hand. Like,
Right.
good book is DMX.
Right. So after that,
Hell, chill.
I just started writing bars after that. It was like, all right. Once I started writing bars, like I was really into it. Like, and then from there, I started battle rapping. Like, I was like really into battle rap. Cause you know, I grew up on DMX and shit. So like,
who's your favorite battle rapper?
Damn, that's hard to say. I guess I'll say, who's my favorite? I'll probably say right now it's either Sue Surf or Tay Rock.
I was cool with Sue Surf, but Tay Rock.
Nah, I fuck with Tay Rock. He's not the best, but I
He's
like.
entertaining.
He's entertaining. I like.
He just be getting cooked.
he do taking L's here and there. But I think Sue Surf, like Lux used to be my favorite, but I feel like he kind of like fell off a little bit.
Yeah, nah,
He just be rambling now.
now that he was exposed and the rambling just don't be nothing. Like,
Yeah, I know, but when he first came out, that was like my favorite. I was like more towards Lux and Arsenal. I like Arsenal too.
So you was battling, how long you was battling? It was like high school battle, like you was...
From 15 to like 17, 18. And then once I started really rapping, like after that, like when I was during my battle rap phase, I made my first song. Like I started like shifting more towards trying to make songs or like just over beats. Because before that, I was never making raps over beats. I was literally just writing bars on paper to no beats.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and I was battle rapping to no beats as well. So like I never had experience. Like just.
Like, was you disrespectful? Was you bars? Was you like a performance?
I was very versatile. I just say I'm a versatile type of nigga. Just to this day, you know what I'm saying? So even coming into battle rap, like I was versatile, but I mean I was it was like a mixture. Like, you know, like I could get into so many different bags, you know? But like it was fun for me, like, you know, I used to.
That's our battle rapper over there, so he gonna test you after the show. So you got bars.
I mean,
in the parking lot with a puddle of shit.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it in stack though. Like once I turned 18, I stopped. You know, like I was like more into music at that point. You know, then I started transitioning. Yeah, I started maturing, and I was like, I left battle rap alone. You know, but really the reason what kept me going with it is like. Once I turned like 16, like me and my homies, like used to rap all the time. Like we used to freestyle every day, like to the point like where I mastered freestyling. Like I was so good at freestyling, like I could literally jump into any cipher and just shit on niggas, like just off the top, like no writtens. I wouldn't carry no writtens on me.
You got a freestyle game on right now?
Listen,
Right.
things have changed. I'm talking
about
right
now.
Things
That's
have
the niggas hit
changed.
you with the butt. But when I have spotlights,
I'm talking about
Press
like
the
when I
button.
was like 16, 17. You feel me? I'm 25 now, so it's like I stopped doing that type of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of Wari rap. Like I stopped doing it. You know. Now I strictly just do R&B shit. Like I literally only sing now, and I only freestyle when I'm in the booth. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm trying to make a song, like I don't freestyle bars. Like I try to freestyle like actual songs.
Yeah, like harmonizing. Okay.
Right. So I'm out of practice. Like when it comes to like just bar freestyles, but like when it comes to songs and like content, like I could really freestyle content. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's a process. But you know what I'm saying? But the reason why I was so good back then is because I used to do it every day. Like I was literally outside every day rapping with any person I seen. Any person I seen that was around me that knew how to rap, they was in the cypher with us. And it's just me and my homies, we would just go in on every nigga we saw. You feel me? And like that's how I got good at freestyling. And then once I really started making music, that ability really helped me make songs. Like now I can really make songs because of that. Because it's like I don't gotta sit down and write to a beat. I can just pull up a beat in a studio and I can just literally just go in. Like I don't need to even think about nothing. I just pull up a beat and I engineer. So I engineer all my own music.
Everything in the studio.
Facts.
This nigga go to booth by himself like, nah,
That's
I
a
don't
fact.
need listen.
Nah, that's a
I'm
fact.
gonna direct my own video. I'm gonna record this shit myself.
I'm recording myself.
And I'm gonna make it hit for you.
I'm gonna start.
Like, I'm gonna do this shit all at the same time. Like, nigga, how did you hold the camera? Like, I got the selfie stick.
Text
Shit,
shit.
I ain't gonna hold you. One of the videos that's on my Instagram, I actually shot some of the clips that's in the video, but I had somebody else shoot the video. But I just doing some of my own clips that I shot myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Nigga was editing over his shoulder like, nah. Well, I did some clips.
Right.
When I left, I see some spots, so I'm like, well, I did some shit. Like, throw my shit to there too.
Facts. Don't forget my shit. I be editing too, so I edit. I literally taught myself how to do everything that I need to do. Like, there's not anything that I don't know how to do because, like, literally, I just realized that you can't depend on niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that shit help you financially too. You keep a lot of
save
bread
a lot
in
of
your
money.
pocket
You
when
save
gotta
a
do
lot
this
of
shit
bread.
yourself.
You save a lot of bread. You know what I'm saying? You gain a lot of control over your, you know what I'm saying? Over your, whatever you create. And that was the main thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I never trusted people with my art. You know what I'm saying? I especially with, that's why I started engineering because like I realized I was in the studio. I was paying all this money for studio time, and niggas wasn't really even serious about mixing my shit. And I realized, I'm like, yo, this is kind of wild. Like, you know,
who was recording with? Because I know a couple engineers like that.
there's a lot of engineers like that, man.
You was recording in Jersey?
Nah, trust me, them type of niggas everywhere. They be half-assing niggas shit because they just look at it as a bag. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can't even knock it. You know what I'm saying? Because to some niggas, it's really just a bag.
I'm doing my job here.
Right, nigga, you just
made it sound good. I ain't say I made it sound the best. I made it sound good. Like,
right.
Just take what you gave me and I just touched it.
So from there, I was just like, fuck it. You know, I was like, yo, I'm going to learn how to do this shit. So I stayed with him. I stayed with that same engineer probably for like 2 more months. And I was, now I was watching the nigga. I was watching everything he did. I'm like, all right. I'm like, let me see. I'm starting to slowly learn more and more. I was asking questions like, all right, what's this? What's that? And he started telling me, so I'm like, all right, once I learned enough on my own, I was like, all right, I'm out. Stop fucking with the nigga, bro. And I started
engineering my own shit.
Started engineering my own shit.
Did you start engineering like your own shit in the studio with him before you did?
I started mixing, not you know what I'm saying.
You started mixing, okay.
Right. So I would he would record me, and then afterwards I would start tweaking with it. So once I got like a little bit of experience, I was like, all right, cool. I'm not paying for studio time no more. Like I just started, you know, I got my own equipment. I got my little laptop, like you know what I'm saying. I got a little mic. I got my own shit, and I actually started going to school for engineering. So I actually
you in school now still?
Nah. I've been finished. This was like in 2015. It was like an apprenticeship though. It wasn't like a typical school. Like it was like a hands-on type of school. Like you learn inside the studio, and you have to shadow the owner of the studio, which was like the headmaster and the engineer of, and it was at Engine Room Audio in downtown Manhattan. It was like a big, nice studio. It was it's very, very popular. So like I got a lot of good experience in there. I met a lot of good connections. Like you know what I'm saying. I met a lot of people in there. Like I met like Taxstone's manager. Like I met Davies's engineer. Like you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of people that come up in and out of there. Charlemagne, Angela, Taxstone did his podcast there. Angela does her podcast there. So I you know what I'm saying. And I learned how to do all that shit. I learned how to set up podcasts like this. You know what I'm saying. I learned how to, you know what I'm saying, set up the studio, you feel me? How to engineer.
You be recording other artists too?
Facts, yeah.
You made that just, like, that's what you do now?
Nah, but I barely record other artists, only when they ask me, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I got friends, if I got homies and shit that ask me, like, oh, yo, like, I need to record or whatever, because a lot of my homies, like, sometimes they don't have studios and shit, so I'll be like, I mean, if you need it, I got you, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, folk. I mean, you need an engineer and shit, like, I mean, man say he got you, like.
But mostly, I just engineer my own shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I literally just, you know, I got my home studio. Got my own studio. You know, I'm comfortable in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, got some decent equipment. You know, so I'll be in the crib just cooking up. You know what I mean? So I just.
Is that like how you came to directing your own shit too? Like
videos?
Yeah.
Well, kinda, yeah. Around that time when I was like first learning how to engineer, I always had like the vision. Like I always like. I'm a visual type of person. Like I'm a visual learner, and like even like with writing, I see vision. Yeah, I see it first before I write it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So and as I'm writing it, I see even more. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm making a song or something, like I already see the whole visual. Like as I'm rapping it or as I'm singing it, like I already see it. So like after that, like once I really started getting into like directing, like. Cause I always like was into movies and shows and shit like that. So like it's easy once you just pay attention and you could learn just different shit like angles, lighting, like you know what I'm saying, shit like that. You could learn just from watching shit. You know what I'm saying? And I had a few director friends and shit like you know what I'm saying. Niggas who shot videos and I would just peep game, you know. And but as a director, cause like I'm not really a cameraman. I'm more so a director. Like I'll write the whole script. You feel me? I'll write the whole treatment for the video in like an hour. You feel me? Like that's my specialty. But I'm still decent with the camera. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got my own camera. Feel me? Like so I shoot models, I do photo shoots, I do visual stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like commercial type shit. But like my specialty is direction. So it's like if I got a song or something, somebody got a song and they want a movie, like that's where you call me. You know what I'm saying? Like alright, I'm gonna write this whole shit out. I'm gonna have the locations, I'm gonna have the storyline, you feel me, from A to B, how everything goes, like you know what I'm saying? Like the whole nine. Like that's what I'm good at.
Okay.
So it's like just like regular shit, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's basic for me. It's like basic things, but that's where my passion is. My passion is in the direction.
Okay.
You feel me? Like coming up with the ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like just locations and shit like that. I'll be really in tune with that shit. So when it comes to my own shit, that's why I don't put out a lot of videos, is because I'm so passionate about directing.
You want to make sure the visual.
I want to make sure.
I gotta see this.
Right. I gotta have a bag. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have a bag. Like if I'm shooting a video, I gotta have at least 5K. I'm dropping at least 5K just on the video.
Talk about investing in yourself. A lot of these artists don't do that.
Right. Niggas just get your mans. But at the same time, I respect that because sometimes you need to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to just get your mans that don't even know how to shoot and have them shoot something because you do need to have something out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't knock people that do that, but it's just me. I'm not about just getting out there. You feel me? Like, I'm really passionate about directing, so I'm not gonna half-ass that shit. You feel me? I'm not gonna half-ass it just so I can get in front of 1,000 people or 10,000 people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather just wait for the time to be right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very patient, you know what I'm saying? Like with me, everything is about timing. So Like that's how I got into that. Like it's how I got into engineering. You know what I'm saying? Because I really wanted to take control of my sound. I didn't want to sound like nobody else. I wanted to create my own shit, you know, and I wanted to be the one that was in control. Because I realized the reason why a lot of niggas sound the same is because they all got the same engineer. They all got the same engineer, they all got the same producer, they all using the same vocal chains.
Same studio, same ghostwriter. He about to write everybody verse on the same track.
That's a fact. Some people got, you know what I'm saying, and that's the reason why. And I always wanted to be different, you know what I'm saying? Like so, it took me a while to get good, like at making like real like songs, like you know what I'm saying. Like when I was younger, I used to it was just about bars for me, like you know what I'm saying. Like how hard can I make this song? Like it wasn't about the structure of it, if it was a hit or not. It was just like nah, I'm trying to shit on niggas. Like you feel me? Like that was my because I had that battle rap mentality. You know what I'm saying? But I had to right.
Trying to demolish your life.
But I had to get out of that.
Fire. Okay.
That's why I had to step away from it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I stepped away from it because I realized I'm like, yo, that's not really where I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I already been there. I'm not trying to just stay here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I could be that nigga. Yeah, I could be that nigga. Be like, all right, let me just go up to every radio station and just freestyle rap bars. Like no, I'm trying to make songs that connect to people and people could really feel something and trigger emotions. You feel me? I want to trigger emotions. When you listen to my shit, you gonna feel a way. You gonna be like, damn. You gonna be thinking about your ex bitch or your new bitch. Like you feel me? I'm gonna really make you get into that bag.
Okay.
Or if you got some type of trauma or some type of pain, you gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna put it in music. You know what I'm saying? So like that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, it's like all right, I'm really trying to touch people and connect to people and make something that's real and that's gonna last and not just some bullshit that niggas gonna play, you know what I'm saying, like in a club, like you know what I'm saying, even though I do make club type of music, you know what I'm saying?
Is that how you got into like the singing and everything, when you started doing that?
That's exactly how I started getting into singing because I just got tired of rap. You feel me? That's really what it was because I started at such a young age. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was 15. I was rapping like literally every day with my friends and shit like that. So, I mean, by the time I was like 20, I was like, all right, like I did this already. I dropped like 2-3 rap mixtapes with like 30 songs on them. Like, I don't even want to do this no more. Like,
I dropping club tapes and shit. Like, you get the club mixtapes and shit had 60 songs on it. Like,
bro, that was my swag, bro. I literally, my first mixtape was a little bit shorter. It was like 15 songs, and I dropped that when I was 17. And I did it official. Like, I went into the official studio, all that. I didn't go with a trash engineer. Like, I went to a nice nigga. You know what I mean? But
what you selling CDs for?
I was selling this shit for like $10.
that was
$10. That's when I was in high school. I was in 10th grade. I was in 10th grade when I dropped that shit. So, and it was crazy because nobody in my school at that time was rapping. Nobody was rapping. Like I was the only nigga that was rapping and had a mixtape. That's crazy, right?
Had to be the god of the school for a minute.
That's crazy.
Mixtape, niggas spit, niggas what?
No, but the funny part is niggas ain't really even know like that. To keep it a stack, it was like only like my close circle, like niggas that knew me and really fuck with me that was really onto it. Because back then we didn't have social media. You know what I'm saying? There was no Instagram.
You had to be,
you know what I mean?
Tell bad niggas.
Exactly. And I was the type of nigga like when I first started, like I was shy at first. Like you know what I'm saying? Before I dropped that mixtape, like I was shy, and that's the reason why I didn't have nothing out because I was still a new artist, like, you know what I'm saying? I had to still get over that, you know what I'm saying, initial, you know what I'm saying, just like, what is it called? Keefyyy, you feel me? Like, I had to get over that at first, so like, but once I got over that, it was over, like.
How many tapes you make for your first tape? How many tapes you made?
To be honest, I only dropped 2 mixtapes and 3 EPs.
No, I mean like you say, as far as how many copies you make for your first tape?
Oh, like how many copies that I make? Like,
yeah.
Damn, I forgot how much. Like maybe 100 copies, 200
you
copies.
You old school, like you would got the CDs.
Oh yeah, I did everything.
I burned them shits on it.
Yeah,
that's why
I made the cover art. And I made the cover art for both of my shits. Both of my first mixtapes, I made the cover art. I did that. I printed both of them out like that. Actually, the first one I didn't actually print out. I had it just a download link. It was a Mediafire download link, and I had it on there at first, and then later on I put it on that piff. Like it was around that time. You know what I mean? So that was my first mixtape. I did it like that. But my second mixtape, I actually printed it up and all of that, and I put it everywhere, like on the platforms that was available at the time. You know, but. That my first mixtape actually got a lot of downloads and shit. Like it was like over like 200 downloads on a mixtape. Like you feel me? And that was like within like two, 3 months, like, you know, and that was my first mixtape. And I told you I was shy, so it's not like I was really out there promoting it.
Right.
You feel me? Like it was just niggas was really just spreading the word, like, oh, this nigga got a mixtape out. Like nobody has a mixtape out. Like we listen to this shit.
And bad.
Yo, nigga got a mixtape out.
You know, in high school,
Facts.
20 downloads, I feel, no sweat. I mean, no promotion or nothing.
Yeah,
It's not bad. You feel me? But young, you gotta be able to find yourself.
something like, yeah, you know, like.
So around what age did you start singing?
So I started singing once I got older, once I got more mature, like, and once I got older, like I told you,
Niggas don't buy music. They shit you.
oh, it's a fact. Like, and that's another thing I started realizing when I started maturing too. Like, once I started like leaving the battle rap shit, cause I realized even with that shit I was dropping, like those mixtapes, like a lot of my fans were females. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because of, not even because of my music, but just because of my image, who I was and who I was around. You know what I'm saying? So I started to pay attention to like my analytics, like, all right, like, wait a second, like, and I slowly started making, like, I wasn't singing, but I was making R&B songs. Like I was rapping over R&B beats, and I would speak like the topics were like about female situations.
Yes.
So I always had that. Right, I always had that type of swag, like, you know what I'm saying? And I realized those songs were the ones that were really like getting out there. You know what I'm saying? Those are the songs that people were really gravitating to.
Okay.
And I started paying attention. I'm like, all right, yo, this bar shit, I don't know how long this shit gonna last. Cause I started smartening it up. I'm like, all right, cool. So once I started getting more experience, like in the studio, like that's when I first started. I mean, I think the first song I ever tried to sing on was before I started engineering. That was, I mean, that was the like one of the last few songs I made with that guy that I was working with, like that engineer that I learned from and I dipped from.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
I said, how's he doing?
Nah, he's doing great, yo. But shout out to him though, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like, you know what I'm saying, a bag is a bag. Like, if you got a job,
Did he get better?
you got a job. I mean, I don't know, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure he did though, because it's been mad long since then. This is probably like maybe 7 years ago. So of course, I'm pretty sure he got better, you know. But just me, it was just more so about control. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really have to do with his skill. Like I wanted to do things my way, you know. So like that's really what it was. But right after that, like that's when I started singing. So I was probably like maybe 18, 19 when I started singing. But I'm not gonna say I was trash at first, but I just wasn't experienced. So like I didn't know like the range of my voice, like I didn't know certain things, like I didn't know how to use auto-tune. I didn't know, it was a lot of things that I didn't know that I had to learn first, you know, but I had a natural like singing voice, like, you know what I'm saying? And it always came out over like, I started realizing that I had the ability to sing while I was still rapping, because like I would hear certain beats and it would bring it out of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would just like randomly just be like, yo, like I'll start harmonizing, like I'll start coming up with melodies and shit, and I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? And then I'll actually try it, and it will actually sound good, and I'll be like, yo, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And like, the thing with singing is everybody has the ability to sing. It's just that they don't know it. You feel me? Like anybody can sing. It's literally, you could learn it. Like it's literally just basically just training your vocal cords, like to like be a certain way. Mm-hmm. So like I had to realize like, yo, I can sing. So once I did that, and once I realized like, yo, I could sing, that's when I really started getting in my bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I started leaving rap. Like I started leaving it, and and you know what? Another reason why is because I never listened to R&B. So growing up from 5 to 17, or to like, I didn't start listening to R&B music until I was 20. I didn't listen to R&B till I was 20 years old.
And you know how much pussy you missed out on?
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Bro, that's how hardcore. That's how hardcore I was into rap. You feel me?
So you turn up R&B, this thing about to get mad at you.
No, that's a fact.
Fuck off, me.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I used to get tight. My older brother used to listen.
That better not be no Neo out here, there, nigga.
Yo.
I used to yell at me.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. My older brother used to listen to R&B, and I used to look at him like he was funny. Like I thought he was gay. I'm like,
that's sweet ass. Look at that.
This nigga had NSYNC on his wall, Britney Spears, like all types of.
Let me tell you on the wall.
That might be a little sus. Might be a little sus.
Everybody got me too.
Nah, but he used to listen to like Genuine, Boys to Men. He was into that too. So, but it was just like all that mixture of that type of music.
See you in the trying to bump your DMX. Trying to live your best life.
Lord,
He's
give me a sign.
Genuine and shit.
That's a fact, bro.
Said, Lord, give me a sign. Like, nigga, I put on this R&B music for you. You ain't get it yet.
He's like, you still not gonna get it
You
yet.
still angry, huh? What the fuck is going on with you? Like,
Nah, that's really what it was too. I was low key angry. You feel me? So like, that's why like I battle rap felt so home to me. That's why rap, like hardcore rap, felt so home to me.
Why was you angry?
I was really angry because like I think it was just growing up, like my childhood, like you know what I'm saying, like my dad got locked up when I was 8, so like, and I grew up with my dad, like I didn't grow up on my mom's side, so like I grew up with my dad, like literally from when I was born till I was 8 years old, I was living with my dad, like he had custody of me. So like, and then at first, the first 3 years, it was just me and him, and then he had my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a brother from my dad's side, and then I have an older brother from my mom's side, and a sister from my mom's side. So literally, it was just me, my dad, and my brother growing up. So, and my dad was like, he was just the illest nigga alive. You feel me? So like, he put me on. He taught me everything I know, basically, everything about music, everything about life and being a man at a young age. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he put me on to a lot of shit at a young age. So that's why I was so mentally ahead. Like, you know, that's why I was into books and like I read a lot and I wrote a lot, and I was really into like self-education and shit. So when he got locked up, like that shit just fucked my whole life up. You feel me? Like, cause then from that point I had to go and live with my mom. You feel me? And my older brother and my sister. And I wasn't even close with my mom like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird for me growing up without my dad. You feel me? And then also my brother, because my brother, he's from Yonkers, so it's like I'm from Long Island. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom is from Long Island. My dad is from Brooklyn, but he lived in Long Island. So once my dad got locked up, it's like, all right, now my brother's back in Yonkers. So now it's like I grew up without my brother and my dad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had my dad and my brother. It's like, damn. So that's why I was so angry all the time. Like, I mean, I was just like,
where it's like, now I'm isolated and shit.
yeah, like I didn't feel comfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? And also, like, I was still processing the fact that my dad was locked up, and he got locked up for a body. So it was like I didn't understand that when he got locked up. I didn't know he was about to be gone for 20 plus years. Like, so growing up, I had to start understanding it. Like, all right, wait, this nigga's not coming back. Like, you feel me? So that's why I was so angry. You feel me? And that's why like battle rap, like it was perfect for me. You feel me?
I'm here with it. Like,
yeah, like I'm there with it. Like I may look like this, but I'm there with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, and a lot of people slept on me. So that's why it was easy for me to really just bully niggas. You feel me? Because I would just come crazy and
like, anything like, I can't kill you right now, so I'm gonna put in these bars like how much I'm gonna thank you up and real. I got you. Alright.
So that was really it. So but once I grew out of that shit, once I started to mature, and I started to like really just become a man, that's when I got into R&B. You know, so once I got into R&B, I just realized, I'm like, yo, like I just realized how much I was missing. I was like, damn, like all these years, bro, like I was really like tone deaf to R&B. Like anytime I hear that shit, I just would just ignore it. Like, and I'm like, yo, I missed out on so much good music.
Word, bro.
So much just good music, like, you know what I'm saying? And I realized, like, yo, R&B is really like the better genre. Like, you feel me? It's low key the better genre. Like,
these shit, like.
yeah, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And
so who's your favorite R&B artist?
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, man.
Just since you started listening to R&B, 20,
Man.
25
Man.
years in R&B, you ain't listening to everybody that you could have listened to yet. Like,
I listened to, like, to keep it a stack, I never really, like, went back and listened to old R&B. Like, and once I got into it.
So you ain't learned
I
yet.
was listening.
That's a different class of R&B right there. Like,
Nah, it is.
That's the real R&B right there.
Like,
the Luther hit your chest.
The only old R&B, like soulful type of shit I know is from like this type of stuff my mom would used to play in the house. Like it would be like Otis Redding, like all that type of like. But at that age, I wasn't listening to it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would hear it all the time, but I wouldn't give it a chance.
Right.
So like once I got into R&B, I wanted to listen into like all the new shit. Like at that time, like it was just a lot of different people that was coming out. But I was like, right now, like my favorite R&B artist it's always been Party Next Door. Like for me, Party Next Door is my favorite R&B artist, and I feel like it's just like we have a lot in common. You know what I'm saying? So
you see the nigga Drake stole from him?
No, Drake shelved him. Like, first he stole from him, then he shelved him. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna hear him.
no.
Every song that you write, I'm gonna
steal your style.
Yeah.
Shit.
He just dropped another track with him now. It's crazy. It's on the billboards.
Nah, yeah, that's facts. I fuck with that track. A lot
I
of
think
people.
that's funny as
A
hell.
lot of people said they wasn't fucking with
I
that
hate
track.
Drake.
Whereas like I'm gonna shelf you forever, but when I drop you,
must
you
stop
good.
him.
Like what?
But whenever you want to do a song with me, let me know.
That's a fact. But yeah, I mean, Party, he's always been my favorite. I mean, I got a lot of other people that I fuck with and listen to, but he's always been like my number one. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when he came out, like he just changed R&B completely. Like everybody just took his sound after that and ran with it. Like you feel me? And like he just changed the whole landscape. And I like how he teeters in between R&B and rap. You know what I'm saying? Because I came from the rap, so it's like Party will sing some shit, but he'll rap at the same time. You know what I mean? Like he'll make it sound fire. Like you know. And I also appreciate and like the fact that he produces and he also engineers. So he engineers all his own shit, he produces all his own shit, like
writing his own shit.
Right. So that's what I really like respect about him. You know what I'm saying? Cause like he full circle. That nigga's like a real artist. You know what I mean? And it's like it shows you a lot the fact that Drake really got the nigga under the wing and it's taking all the sauce from him. Like you know that shows how talented he really is.
Yeah, that nigga in the chokehold. I ain't under the wing.
But shit, if you were Drake and you come across a Party next door, you gonna do the same thing, my nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, Party's like one of the greatest.
Nah, Drake do that to everybody though.
I know, but not like Party.
When you coming up, Drake get Drake. Hey, you want to do a track? Yeah. Just know I'm gonna steal your flow on the track. And just know I'm gonna sign you and put you on the show. The only person he really couldn't do it to was The Weeknd.
Facts.
Because the nigga can't sing. If Drake can sing, he'd have definitely did it to The Weeknd too.
Nah, that's a fact. You feel me?
He wasn't getting The Weeknd, bro.
Yeah, nah, Weeknd said fuck out of that.
Said I'm out of here.
I sing like Michael, nigga.
I sound
You
just like
ain't about to show me, nigga.
Nah, he went a whole different lane though. I fuck with Weeknd though.
Who was the other one, Drake? Mac and then
Macklemore or whatever. The gateway.
McConaughey?
Yeah. Didn't Drake do it to him too?
Yeah.
Drake fucked his life up.
Oh shit, that nigga he was tight.
Forgot about that.
That's crazy.
That nigga was really stressed when that happened. That nigga was talking about whole types of shit after that. Like, he was trying to say mad shit about Drake. Like, nigga.
When I go out the building and predict and put me in shit, come steal my flow, nigga. Fuck you.
I said, would you sign the deal or would you stay independent?
I'd probably stay independent just because of the simple fact that I know how to do everything a label does. You feel me? Like, and I know how to build a label, you know, and I could run a label. So it's like, why sign a deal? You know, like unless it's the right, it's like a partnership, it's the right situation or the right timing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Like a distribution deal or something like that?
yeah, or like a one-off deal. I do like a one, you know what I'm saying, a one album because I got albums like in the cut. So it's like if a label comes to me right now and says like, yo, we got this amount of money for you, you retain all your rights. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if I get all my rights, I'll sign any deal. I'll sign any deal if I have all.
So you know white man's gonna give you that.
Not all your rights, damn.
Nah, I need all my shit. I need all my
be
shit.
what 80-20
Nah, I don't want
90-10. Like
I don't want 90-10 or 80-20. I want all my shit. And it's like, yeah, I don't care if they don't only give me 1M or they give me 5. Like, I need all my rights. You feel me? And we doing a one-off. It's not gonna be no 6-album contract. Niggas not about to have me slaving for the rest of my life.
Can't Wale you?
You can't Wale. You can't leave till you give us 13 albums, sir.
They not gonna Wale me because I've been studying the music industry since I was 16. You feel me? Like I took classes. I started taking classes when I was 16. So I understand contracts. I understand how shit should look. I know what it's supposed to say. I know everything, terms, like legal shit. Like you feel me? So it's like niggas is not getting me. You feel me? Like I'd rather just stay independent. I already know how the industry is. But one thing I will say is I'll be in the industry. Like I'll be on some A&R shit. Like you know what I'm saying? I'll be on the A&R wave heavy. So like I'll join a label like as an employee.
I feel like that's what they missing.
Yeah.
Right now they just like, hey yo, you sound like the nigga that's falling off right now. Come on, you next. Every artist that come up is like, this nigga just died out. Come on, you look like.
It's a fact.
Yeah,
They're not
probably
developing
look
artists anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is. I take passion in developing artists. Like ever since I started, like since I was like 18, I always wanted to develop an artist. Like that was always something that I wanted to do. Like, and I always wanted it to be a female artist because I was so into like writing R&B shit, but I couldn't sing. So during that time when I was rapping and shit, like I would write R&B type of shit, and it's like, damn, I was always like beating myself up, like, damn, I can't sing. Like, what am I gonna do with this shit? Like, so I'm like, damn, I need a female artist I could work with, so I could just give her all the shit, give her all the sauce, you know, and then I'll get the credit for it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, I wish the other artist that was supposed to come up here today would have came up because I feel like I could have hit it off. You feel me? Shout out to Honey Baby. You know what I mean? She was sick. She said her stomach was hurting and shit, but I seen her by IG. I can link up and shit like, damn, don't wish that upon Shorty. Like, you don't know what she out there doing. Like, you feel me? Like, yeah. I mean, but yeah, I seen you link to that shit. I mean, maybe I can link up and do something. You feel me? Because like, you know what I'm saying.
Nah, yeah, I'm down to link up with any artist though. Like for real. Like if you really about your shit, you really, you know what I'm saying. I fuck with any type of artist. I always reach out to people and shit like that. But like I'm the type of nigga like yo to keep it a stack. Like I don't even do features. Like on my own shit. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't put no features on none of my music. Like I just cause I got so much to say. Like I got so much to get on.
I'm about to say I need all 3 verses. Huh?
That's a fact.
I need all 3. I gotta get this across. My point across.
That's a fact. No, like real talk. Like
I sing the hooks in it.
I sing all the hooks. Like you feel me? So it's like
no features at all.
I mean, it's just natural to me because think about it.
This nigga, he gonna have the shortest album credits ever.
Nah, that's a fact.
That shit just gonna say
Just producers. Just producers. That's the only thing I don't do.
Me with a line going down with all the categories.
Like,
Like,
your own beats, that's the only thing.
That's the only thing I don't do, and I play with it.
I say, how long before you
once you start making my own beats, it's a rap, nigga.
I might not even come outside. I'm just
Word. Then what you doing on Monday? Mondays I make beats. Tuesdays I do songs. Wednesdays I mix and master. Thursday I do videos. Friday I edit those. Saturday I drop. Sunday I recover. It works out.
I'm about to take that gameplay. I'm not gonna lie. That's a fire blueprint.
Hey,
I'll work on the day of the Lord.
Nigga said, hey, yo, what's your work schedule looking like?
Shit, I ain't got no time. That's
Monday through Saturday and repeat, alright? Monday through Saturday and repeat. So what you do on Sunday? That ain't for you. That's me time.
I'll
Like,
recover.
that's when I disappear. I turn on my phone and everything off, feel me, and no electricity or nothing. I just meditate and I do my own thug thing.
That's what I be needing sometimes though, for real, because I be so focused on this shit. Like I be needing just to chill. Like there was mad times like where like I just wouldn't do music for like 4 months, like 4 or 5 months. I just stopped making music. Like
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like
yeah.
people, I feel like since we entered, I mean the streaming era, you feel me?
Microwave era.
Motherfuckers need music right now. Like
Nah,
I put out a song today. It's like, nigga, did
something.
you put out something? Like if I put out a song yesterday, motherfuckers go get online like, okay, so did you put out something today, nigga? Like, you feel me?
Nah, it's funny that you say that because my cousin literally just called me yesterday and he was like, yo, let me ask you a question. He was like, yo, why, when's the last time you dropped music, bro? He was like, yo, the last song that I remember from you, and he named the song that I did a remix. I did a remix to Rodeo, the Juvenile song, and that was on my second mixtape. So I was literally like 18 when I dropped it. He was like, the last song I heard from you was Rodeo. I said, nigga, I'm like,
all the music I done dropped?
bro, I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, nigga, I done dropped mad shit in these past few years. Like, when I know you've been in jail for a couple years, but you've been free. You've been free.
You had time.
You had free time.
He ain't know
You
about
had free time. You was
iTunes and all that.
It didn't work. He's like,
SoundCloud.
I don't know. He was looking at the same spots as your other work. It's like that.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, bro, like, nigga,
He
you
like, nah. He like, nah, bro, I went to the media share. Ain't nothing new on there but the rodeo. Because that's not where we put music no more. It's on iTunes now. It's on Spotify and shit. Like,
I try to tell the nigga, I'm like, yo, bro, you wildin' out.
He said you wild.
Like, come on, my nigga. I dropped like 3 projects in the last 3 years.
I'm
Nigga.
like, as long as I mean, it could be a gap between you dropping music. I don't never have a problem with that. As long as you pushing that music, you feel me? Like, if you drop a project and you don't promote it, you don't push it, you just like, hey, yo, I dropped a project. All right, cool. Y'all listen to that.
Right.
And then you just disappear like, nigga, what?
Right.
No, just take the shit with you. Like,
I'm gonna leave. Nigga, take this shit too.
Why want to listen to this shit? Like,
I hate when they see what this movie.
he's like, but I'm nice, so I just dropped the project like last year.
Right.
You did it? That shit seemed like 3 years ago. I don't remember you doing that.
Years long, bro. I never realized how long a year is, dead ass, until award time. And then you start seeing the songs in the same categories, and it's like, wait a minute. Those are the same quarter?
Like, that was this year? You dropped
Word.
this year?
Like, or when you see like a hot new artist, you're like, nigga, why I feel like.
I done heard 30 songs from you.
Word.
How are you new? Like, back before the streaming service, you feel me? You had to wait for an album to drop. If you wasn't going to town
Wait
buying
was
mixtapes
mad
every
long.
week, you feel me? You wasn't hearing their newest singles right away. You had to wait for a radio play. You feel me? Like,
Niggas is spoiled nowadays.
I'm saying now with the streaming shit, now these niggas don't even drop a single real quick on these niggas.
These niggas don't even appreciate that shit. You feel me?
As long as you putting out good bodies of work, I mean, good quality music, like people will love it.
I take my time. I take my time on my shit. That's what I've been doing.
Rather put out bodies of work or singles.
Bodies of work. Yeah. That's what I've been doing. I finished my last album. I finished in 2018. I've been holding on it since. Just because I felt like it wasn't the right time for it. Like, I felt like the album was very personal to me. So I didn't want to put out something so personal at first. Like, I wanted to make something that was more receivable. You know what I'm saying? Like, before I went personal. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made the album that I'm working on now. So it's like a mixture. It's not too personal, like, but it's still receivable to like people that don't really know me yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm working. We're gonna drop that first quarter. So like it's been like a year and maybe 3 months that I've been working on that. So, and it's like I'm been finished with it, and now I started making more shit. So I literally got projects for days right now. I already got 2 albums, and then I got like a bunch of extra shit that I'm working on. So I'll probably put out like three projects in 2020, and then I might be also doing the EP with one of my homeboys from Long Island. His name is Vin Rock. He's nice, you feel me? We gonna lock in the studio and make some shit too. So we gonna drop like a little EP or something. So I'm definitely ready to feed the streets. So you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to feed my supporters and my fans that been waiting. You know. So
right now, let them know where they can find all your music. Let them know where they can find you. You feel me? You know, link to everything. You feel me?
Yeah, so you can find me everywhere on Instagram, Twitter. Like, that's what I really fuck with the most, at Keefyyy Carter, and that's Keef, and it's 3 Y's, and then that's Carter, so CARTER. And then you can find me on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all the streaming platforms. Same thing, Keefyyy Carter, spelled the same way. And that's pretty much it. You can go to my website too, keefyycarter.com. That's it. Everywhere. All my music is everywhere. My last project, Gone for the Summer, the single Mine Forever. You can go stream that right now on Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, everywhere, SoundCloud. And I got music on SoundCloud too. So same thing, Keefyyy Carter.
You know, you can find me everywhere the food be. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You see a plate, nigga, just know what be there next. We eat it.
For sure. Yeah, you know what it is. Loud Mouth, Jersey. You heard me. It's your boy GQ. Mr. Talk to Me. Yeah.
Just chill for a minute, I'ma put you in a trap. I'm tired for these